Hi, sixth graders. We're on lesson 3.5. Our learning target is solving a two-step equation. So we've been solving equations that just involve one step with either addition, subtraction, or multiplication. The problems that we're going to look at today have two steps involved for us to still solve for the variable. So write this down in your notes. For solving two-step equations, you first find the side with the variable, add or subtract the number that is not attached to the variable, divide both sides by the coefficient, and then check. Okay, so we're going to go over a few problems and I'll explain what each of these steps mean. So we have 5 equals 2 plus 3x. So the very first thing that we do is draw our railroad tracks to keep our problem nice and organized. Okay? What we're looking for is to figure out what x is. Okay? So if we think about it and we have 3x plus 2, I'll write this down here. Whatever x is, we know that we would first solve it by doing 3 times x and then adding 2, and then we would get to our number. So to solve these equations, remember, whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. But to solve them, we're basically going backwards in the steps that we would use in the first place to solve it. So we're going backwards and then we're doing the opposite. So we found the side with the variable, which is this side. We did our railroad tracks. Okay, now it's add or subtract the number that is not attached to the variable. So what I mean is we're looking at the numbers that are furthest away from the variable or the least attached. So this 2 is on the same side as 3x, but we're going to get rid of that first because we're adding 2 right here. Okay, what we're going to do is subtract 2, and then we have to always do that on both sides. 2 minus 2 cancels out. It is 0. So just like before when we had x and we brought it down, but we still have 3x. So we're going to bring that down. So we have 3x equals, and then 5 minus 2 equals 3. Now we divide each side by the coefficient. Our coefficient is 3. So we divide both sides by 3. We get 1 equals x. We're going to flip it around so it's on the correct side and we read it correctly. X equals 1. 2 plus 3 times 1, so 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 equals 5, which is the same as 5, so it checks. Okay, negative 2y minus 7 equals 3. So first off, we do our tracks. Secondly, we see that this is our side with the variable, so these are the numbers that we're going to be working with. This minus 7, okay, first we add or subtract, remember, so it's that number that isn't attached to the variable. So because we're subtracting 7, we're going to add 7 to both sides. This negative 2 still stays with the y because we haven't done anything yet. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. So we have negative 2y equals 10. We're still finding the side with the variable, and we are going to divide by the coefficient, which is negative 2. So divide both sides by negative 2. And negative 2 over negative 2 is just 1, so y equals negative 5. If I put negative 5 back in, negative 2 times negative 5 is 10 minus 7, which equals 3, and then it checks out. If you feel ready and would like to try on your own, you can pause me and see how comfortable you are and if you're able to solve these problems. If not, then definitely I would still write them in your notebook. I would write those other problems too. If you didn't, then I would start, because it's really good to have some examples in your notebook as well. So 4 plus 5r, ooh, those are not good tracks. Okay, here's our variable. So it's not always the first, second, or third number or whatever. Okay, it's you find the side with the variable. We see that we have 5r, but we also have this plus 4. So we're going to subtract 4 from both sides. 4 minus 4 is 0. So we have 5r. Negative 11 minus 4 is negative 15. 5r equals negative 15. Now we're going to divide both sides by 5. So we have r equals negative 3. 4 plus 5 times negative 3, so 4 plus negative 15 would equal negative 11. So then we check. Okay, 3x plus 1 equals 7. I know that some of you look at it and know how to do it and can do it in your head, but please make sure that you're still getting used to writing down every single step for every single problem. So 3x plus 1 equals 7. We're going to subtract 1 on both sides. So we have 3x equals 6, because 1 and negative 1 cancel out. The 3x gets carried down. Okay, and then 3x equals 6. Divide both sides by 3. So x then equals 2. Okay, negative 3n minus 8 equals 7. Again, pause me and do these two problems if you would like, and then come back and check. So 3n minus 8 equals 7. We are going to add 8 to both sides. Notice how neat I am. Negative 3n equals 15. And now I look and I know that I can divide. So we divide both sides by negative 3. Negative 3 over negative 3 cancels out, so we have n equals negative 5. And then for this last one, we are going to subtract 8 on both sides, because we have negative 5s plus 8, so this has our variable. Subtract 8 on this side. 8 minus 8 is 0, or it cancels out. So we have negative 5s. Negative 2 minus 8 equals negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 5. Negative 5s equals, and when you're multiplying or dividing, you have to make sure that you have that negative sign with you at all times. So if you're going to change over and divide everything by negative 5, then you need to make sure that you're actually having that negative sign in there. So negative 10 divided by negative 5 equals 2. So s equals 2. So negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Plus 8 would be negative 2. So it checks and we are good. So we're going to do more problems like this tomorrow, because I know that they're a little bit confusing and a little bit tricky with that extra step. You can always look in your book or online for other problems that involve 2 steps, and then make sure that you go into NICU and take the 3-5 NICU quiz. Have a super evening.